Hello and welcome back to Warrior's Edge. My name is Andrew, if we have not had an opportunity to meet before, so thank you for joining me today for a nice and relaxing yin yoga practice. Shouldn't be too long today, about 20 to 30 minutes or so. If you're newer here to the yin practice, at least you may or may not know that we hold these poses for a little bit longer. So about 3 to 5 minutes or so, meaning in these next 20 to 30 minutes, we'll only have maybe about 4 or 5 poses that we move through before we hit Shavasana. You may see some of these props right here next to me. So I've got a nice big pillow, a bolster, and a couple of blocks. If you have any of these props, feel free to grab them if you would like. These just help make certain things feel a little bit more restorative or accessible depending on where you are in your body. And I'll cue to them here and there. I may or may not use some for myself, but they'll be there to just help you support in your practice. Yin is great for recovery days or after you've done maybe a more rigorous practice and you just want to stretch things out and relax a little bit more. People who struggle with yin sometimes may find it harder to sit in these poses for a longer amount of time. They find that their mind starts to talk to them, or they get a little bit fidgety and maybe start feeling a little bit frustrated or feeling like they're doing things wrong or that they can't do this. But I encourage you to work through those emotions and to keep showing up for your yin practice just as much as you would for your stronger vinyasa or your strength training or anything else that you're doing in your life. And over time, you will find that it becomes at least more comfortable in its own right. But for now, we'll get started. Most of what we'll do today is going to be down on your back, but the first couple of poses will be seated, starting with a comfortable seat. So you can sit with your legs like mine, cross-legged, if that feels good for you. Maybe even grab one of your blocks or your bolster and sit up on top of it as well. You can also sit in a thunderbolt pose or a hero's pose if you'd like to untuck your toes and sit back down onto your heels. I'm just gonna sit with my legs crossed for today myself, and I'll sit up on a block here as well. So take what feels good for you and take a moment just to arrive and settle here into your body. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes. Extend the crown of your head a little taller toward the ceiling and sit up nice and tall. Just notice how you feel here in this moment and in this space. Just check in with your body without any judgment, but just noticing how you feel just here in this moment. Settle in a little bit more. After you get settled and drop in, we'll take a couple of rounds of boxed breathing. If you are unfamiliar, it's equal parts inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. And today we'll do a ladder variation of this, meaning that we'll start with 4 seconds, we'll go up to 7, and then we'll come back down to 4. I will fully count through the first 3 rounds, and then I will just announce the number from there. So when you are ready to begin, again, maybe soften your gaze, close your eyes, welcome a mudra, take your hands to prayer, find what feels good, and release any air you've got in your lungs. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 7. Hold 7. Exhale 7. Hold 7. Back down. Inhale 6. Hold 6. Exhale 6. Hold 6. Inhale 5. Hold 5. Exhale 5. Hold 5. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Biggest breath of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, all the way up, up, up to the top, and pause. And out the mouth. Just let something go. Beautiful invitation to keep your eyes closed. Invitation to stay sitting upright on your block or your bolster if you would like. We'll take a dragonfly pose from here. You can readjust for what feels needed for you. I'll set my blocks off to the side here, and I'll grab my bolster and my pillow. So dragonfly, you just bring your legs out as wide apart as what feels good. And if you have a hard time folding forward from this position, I do recommend sitting up onto a block to make it feel a little bit more accessible for you. But for today, I will place a bolster here on my lap and then sort of a pillow on top from there, because I also have a harder time still folding forward from this position. But I'm gonna get nice and cozy. So we'll be here for a few minutes. If you would like to flex your toes upward, as mine are in this moment, you can feel it a little bit more on top of your hips. If you turn your toes a little bit more inward, you'll feel that more in your internal rotation for your hips and maybe even into your inner thighs. And then if you turn your feet outward, then you'll feel that again still in your hips, but more into your outer glutes as well. You can reach for your hands if you like. You can set your blocks under your knees if you prefer. And just hang out for a couple of minutes. And as always in yin, which is very easy to forget, but you don't have to go to your deepest edge right away. You know, in vinyasa classes or power classes, we're so used to breath to movement, and we don't ever really have time to fully immerse into these poses. So within the yin practice, having 3 to 5 minutes of time in the pose is meant to encourage you to take 3 to 5 minutes to find your full edge. So oftentimes I recommend to just find your edge at the start, but in that mixture between ease and effort. So for example, as I said, I have a harder time fully hinging forward. So sitting here with my legs open, just like this, hanging out on a pillow, I still feel it very deeply in my hip line. But having about 60 to 90 seconds or so in a pose allows your body to start to feel more into it, and allows your body to feel some of the fluids. So in your hip line with the synovial fluid and the fascia, you really get deeper into the muscles that are really deep down inside of you. So after about a minute and a half or so, up toward the 2-minute mark, is when you can start to push yourself a little bit deeper and start to work to find what feels like a new edge along the way. So here in this fold especially, I also encourage you to breathe deeply into your lower back. So rather than hunching forward and trying to push, I recommend really kind of sitting upright and tall and letting your hip line be what takes you forward, and to cognizantly send breath into your lower back. So when you breathe, you envision your sacrum and your lower back area the same as you would with your lungs, just expanding and opening from there. So we've been here for a little bit of time. I'll give you some time here in silence to explore. There was a time in my practice where I would have never thought that I would purposefully sit in this pose for any more than 10 seconds myself. And here we are. Knowing me, I'll tell you that this whole video is 30 minutes, and I'll wind up 30 minutes right here. And if I did that, I would just cut it out for you there at home. And I'm just kidding anyway. Last couple rounds of breath right here. So if your mind has started to wander, or if you're still fighting the urge to not push, and start to bring your focus back into your breath. You can always come back into that boxed breathing anytime you need to help calm your nerves. But start to take yourself back into this moment, into this body. And if you are folded forward to any degree, then slowly just start to make your way up. If you do have any props or pillows or anything on your lap like I did, you can just set them off to the side. If you're on a block, lift yourself up off of it. Perhaps use the help of your hands to bend your knees. It was pretty deep into the hips there for a second, so you can take a moment to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And then, as promised, the rest of today's practice will be down on your back. So we'll begin there in a reclined butterfly. I'll just come down. You can keep your props over here if you would like to. Option to set a block underneath either one of your knees if you would like. You can also rest your bolster upright. You know what? I'm gonna get nice and cozy. I'm over here just half setting it up. Anakin wants to get cozy too. This is Anakin, say hello. So anyway, you can set your pillow and your bolster here to be for your spine and for your head. And you can take a couple of blocks to set underneath your knees. And then just come lay down onto your back. And bring the soles of your feet together with your knees out wide to the side. And again, if you've got your blocks here, you can just set them underneath your knees for some additional support. You can let your arms cactus out to the side or send them up and overhead. But yeah, get cozy. Sometimes, honestly, in yin, you can also fight the idea of props the same way that you do in a vinyasa class. So you think that it means that you can't do the pose, or that you would not be able to find your full depth. And not all the time do you need these poses. Sometimes it truly does feel good to just fully lay on your back and let your weights just be, but sometimes it's also really nice to give yourself some additional support. So get cozy. We'll be here for a little bit of time. Utilize that time to bring your focus a little bit more inward. To treat every pose like a meditation. An opportunity to connect a little bit deeper into your mind and into your body and into yourself. If your mind has started to wander, begin to bring it back. Perhaps with the help of your hands, start to close your knees. Windshield wiper your legs, remove any tension that you feel. Take the blocks aside. Remove the bolster or the pillow from underneath you if you had it. Then take your prop of choice. I'll place my pillow here between your legs for a supine twist. So just nice and easy, just let both of your knees fall off to the left side with your prop in between them to help keep your hips a little bit more square and add a little support in between your thighs. Keep your right shoulder here down onto the mat in your twist. Of course, if there is any other variation in your body that you would like to take, please take. You can let your gaze fall wherever feels most comfortable. Maybe let your arms hang out long to the side. Again, just breathe any space down into your lower back. As always, just back off to any sensations of pain. And just hang out here for a few minutes. Again, it's not about as deep as you can, as fast as you can. It's that slow meditation. Just takes you deeper and deeper into your body, into your mind, and into yourself. to take your knees back into the center. Windshield wiper them nice and easy. If there's any tension you need to release, and then just gently scoot your hips a little more over to the left side of your mat. Just gently drop your knees over to the right. Prop of choice in between. Gaze and arms just wherever most comfortable. And just taking this time to relax, to reset, and to release. And that brings some movement back into your body. Perhaps with the help of your hands again, take your knees back to center. Just windshield wiper anything you need. Let it go. Set your prop off to the side. I recommend here a block. I'm going to scoot down my mat for where I'm ending up, but you can stay in the middle of your mat for legs up the wall. I'm going to end up in a plow pose. So if you also need some space for that, you can create it for yourself before you get started. Your block will go right here at the base of your back, right beneath your sacrum, or not beneath, rather, right on top of, taking up your whole sacrum area, that big space right at the base of your back, at the bottom of your spine. And you just send your legs up to the sky. You welcome any amount of bend into your knees as is needed. As you do so, readjust the block as is necessary once you land. If you find that the block is not your friend and not good for you, then option to either use your hands underneath your hips, or you can grab again for your bolster or for your pillow. And you can either stay here, flex your feet toward your face, add a little bit more of a stretch into your hamstrings, or again you can move toward a plow pose. So be careful if you are unfamiliar. If you're already familiar, just head there. If you've not done this type of inversion before, your feet will be up and over your head, and you want to ensure that you keep all of the weight here in your shoulders and not into your neck or your head, with a little bit of a gap in between your chin and your chest. So think about doing a backward somersault. And if you'd like to feel more supported going in there, you can start first with a shoulder stand. So you can take the block off to the side and then press down into your triceps, and your hands will catch your hips. So you rock up and place your hands down like this. And then you press again more into your elbows, weight into your shoulders and your triceps, and work to just bring your legs back into that legs up the wall position. Or again, you can now take your legs all the way up and over your head. And then your hands can stay right here at the base of your back. It's okay if your feet don't touch the ground, and it's also okay if they do. And if you ever feel comfortable or inclined, you can also reach your hands up and overhead to grab hold of your feet. Again, little to no weight in your neck. To get out, start to slowly bend your knees and roll one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, on your way back down. So again, nothing goes into your neck, nice and smooth, nice and slow on the release. Then give yourself a nice big hug, nice big squeeze. Rock out anything you need, any final poses I call out to you, happy baby, or etc. And as you feel ready, on your next inhale or in your own time, one last time, just nice big squeeze, meet your knees and your forehead together. Thank yourself for all that you have done. And release. Find your Shavasana. Take up some space, as much as you need, with your arms and your legs extended nice and long. I'm 6.5 feet tall, so it takes me a lot of space myself. You can always place blocks or pillows or whatever underneath your knees or underneath your head, or a spread eagle, whatever feels good. You've earned the Shavasana, regardless of what you've done to get here for it. And traditionally, in a yin practice, the Shavasana is the longest held pose in the class. So even in a vinyasa class, perhaps a teacher holds you for a 5-minute warrior two, which, as of this recording, I have not done on this channel, but I have done in my life. So you never know. But the purpose being, 5 minutes in another pose means 6 minutes minimum in Shavasana. So give yourself some time to be in Shavasana, to feel all the things that you're feeling. close out your practice and start to bring some movement into your mind, into your body, into your breath. As always, if you'd like to stay as you are, please do. And let the video continue to run. For now, we'll start to end this here. Thank you again for showing up, for slowing down, for honoring your breath, honoring your mind, and honoring your body. As always, feel free to press that little subscribe button to join for some more flows in the future. It's always a pleasure to share the mat. I'll see you all in